Hey everybody, welcome to another video. Today I want to show you a new addition to my shop. This is gonna be a short one, so let's dive in. And we're gonna start by unpacking it, but it's a Jet Drill Press 6000 or the JWDP-12 because it's 12-inch and it's 1/2 horsepower variable speed. And it's actually very simple to put it together. It works fine once you assemble it, but this video is more about incorporating it into my workbench. What I want to do, I want the base to be inside the workbench. This way, the base is not going to be on the way when I'm cutting long pieces on the miter saw. And also, it's going to give my space a more clean, tidy up look, which I think we all want. So what I did, I first traced the base of the drill press on my workbench, and originally I was gonna cut this piece with the jigsaw, but then after I drilled the holes I realized it wasn't gonna be the prettiest, and I still wanted to leave the piece that I'm gonna cut off to cover the area. So you'll see what I did here, but I did drill the holes, which later I realized it was not necessary. A cleaner look I thought would be using the track saw. I do have a small track that I can use, but as you know, because of the angle of the blade, I cannot get it all the way to the edge without going over and making it look way ugly. So first I did cut it with the track saw, but in the corners I went ahead and finished it with my Japanese pole saw. Believe it or not, this worked wonderfully. And if you're wondering, under this piece that I'm cutting right now, I have my storage system for my miter station. So as you're gonna see here, it's gonna get exposed. There is plywood, but it's not all the way. It's only the front and the back piece that keep the box together. So I'm gonna cut a couple of 2x4s, cut the corners, so that I can put it at an angle, as you're gonna see right now. And otherwise, if you just cut it straight, you're not gonna be able to push it in there. The corners are gonna get in the way. This way, you're gonna be able to put it in there at an angle, strain it, and then I'm gonna use pocket holes to secure it. And in reality, I was gonna use glue, but I realized if one day I need to take it apart, I want it to be easy. And also, the 2x4s are only serving as a place for a piece of wood to sit, and the actual 2x4s are sitting on the cabinet that I built for my storage system. So the pocket holes, or the pocket screws I should say, are only serving as holding the pieces in place from moving around. And on top of this, I actually have a piece of maple that I used in a past project, and I'm just gonna cut a piece of it to put on top, and this is where the drill press is gonna be sitting on. And once the maple has been set in place, I'm gonna countersink some holes so that I can put some screws down, and the screws are not gonna be in the way of the drill press base. Now the square that I cut for the base was actually really tight, so I ended up having to use a sledgehammer to jam it in there. It was just a little bit. It did not cause any damage except by the front, but it's just the veneer, so later I'm just gonna cut a little piece of veneer and glue it on there. But once I put the base down, I screwed it down, and it was time to assemble it back up and see how it looks. To assemble it, it's only actually 4 screws, so it went by real quick. But what I also wanted to say is I'm 5'11" or 5'10", whatever, 5'10 and a half. I'm pretty tall, but this base on top of my workbench was actually pretty high. So by lowering another inch or two, two things happen. I am able to hide the connection underneath and not run it through the top. And also, it lowers it a little bit for me to a point that I can use it comfortably. A lot of times when I'm working on projects, just the time that I spend crouching down is what kills my back. But anyway, the cutoff that I have, I cut the pieces where I made the holes out, and I made a couple of notches with the Forstner bit so that I can cover the area where the base is. This is gonna make it look a lot cleaner, and also is gonna leave me a flat surface for when I'm cutting stuff on my miter saw. The pieces are not gonna get caught on there if they're long enough. My workstation is pretty long anyways, but doesn't this look a lot better? And once I finished the install, I tried it again. Works good. It has a laser triangle cross thingy majigger. It has a light. You can lift it up, lower it down. You can tilt the base. It's a very low speed. And I think it's gonna help me with a lot of future projects. And well guys, like I said, this was a short video. I wanted to share with you the new addition to my shop. Don't forget to subscribe, stay safe on your shops, and we'll see you next time.